Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I'm Hashim Mohamed Elmoge, the Director of Governance and Ethics, County Government of Wajir. I was appointed as a Director of Governance and Ethics, County Government of Wajir on December 28, 2017. Therefore, I started my job 1st January 2018. And I was appointed on the basis of my history as an advocate of good governance and as an activist who agitated for good governance in the last 5 years. And this directorate has been established for the purpose of ensuring that, we make strides in the implementation of the values and principles of governance enshrined in Article 10. Having known what exists and what does not exist, and having known the challenges that are there, and having realized that there were no funds, so my first step was to ensure that I establish partnership as we await the financial year 2018-19. Therefore, I reached out to Africa Center for Open Governance, AFRICOG, approached them, explained to them my position and mandate, and asked for help and partnership in the implementation of the values and principles of governance enshrined in Article 10. And they were really happy and excited. And they described us as the first county government ever to approach them for such a partnership. We requested for a study tour, a benchmarking tour to Makueni, because they have established structures in place. In fact, we were told they have got the best public participation model in Kenya. So they obliged to our request. The 10 of us from the executive and some few from the assembly went for that study tour in May. We went to Makueni and learned about the existing structures on public participation, and we were really pleased that in Makueni the government does not just implement what it wants, that CECs and chief officers do not just lock themselves in offices and decide for the people. Public participation is so entrenched that everything that needs to be done has to come from the people. Priorities are set for them. There is a clear policy on public participation. There is the public management committees, the public sustainable committees. After that, we also requested for capacity building of the staffs of the Directorate and the Department, which was done last month by AFRICOG at Masai Mara for 3 days. And we requested we went to UNDP also, United Nations Development Program, and we said we want them to come in because the Directorate is new and we lack funds. But we have realized there is a gap between the Assembly and the Executive on the concept of separation of powers and how to partner in the implementation of the values and principles of governance. And there is all this superiority complex. You have seen a lot of fights erupt in assemblies, and lack of desire to pass bills emanating from the executive. So next month, on September 5th, AFRICOG and UNDP have accepted to come to Wajir and help us conduct a meeting that comprises of the Assembly and the Executive in identifying the governance gaps. When I took over, I did a mapping of the institutions and structures that are legally supposed to be in existence and are not in existence. One of the things that I've discovered is that the County Budget Economic Forum is not in existence. The County Monitoring Evaluation Committees are not in existence. The Internal Audit Committees are not in existence. And it is very difficult to ensure implementation of transparency and accountability when requisite institutions are not in place. So next month we are having that meeting. We have done a letter to all government departments to do a prior audit of themselves, of their departments, and see what structures and institutions that are so far not in place which ought to be in place. So when we hold that meeting, our intention is we will also invite the media so that the people of Wajir can know how the new Directorate of Governance and Ethics is undertaking transformation in governance by establishing institutions that were not in place previously. We will also invite NepPlus. We have your contacts, and that is how we intend to go about it.